I'm Lori, and we're going to talk about makeup for mature skin. I'm going to go over a few things that will really help your skin to look luminous and give you a glow without using a lot of product, because that is key for mature skin. The less product you can use, the better. Because as we age, we get texture issues and rosacea, melasma, just sunspots in general. Our skin texture changes, we get pores, everything, larger pores, so many things that can go on. And makeup just doesn't look the same on our face, but there are things that we can do to work around that. They're gonna make us feel confident again, because a lot of us lose our confidence. We just don't like what we see anymore, and we think that our better days have passed, and that is just not true. So what you wanna do is just get your face as luminous as you can before you start the makeup. So it's super important to stay hydrated, and you can use your favorite moisturizer, but it's really good to go in with an oil, a really high quality, nice oil. This is Pomifera Rose Oil. This is what I use, and I have applied it all over after I moisturize. Today, we're gonna do this Solstice Balm. This is by Seint Beauty, and it is a sheer tinted balm, and it's just going to catch light and give you a dewy glow. So I've put that all over, and I've used it a few times. It is great. It doesn't feel heavy at all. It's really thin. It just gives you a glow. So you start with that, and then we're going to use a cream foundation. This is Seint Beauty. Cream makes all the difference with mature skin. So let's just get started, okay? What I'm going to do today is I'm just going to take this brush. This is the blend brush, and it's for a lighter application. We have different brushes that you can use depending on what type of application that you want, and this blend brush is for the lightest application of makeup. I'm going to do this in different steps so that you can see how versatile this palette is. It's amazing. The things that you can do within this palette, you can make it completely natural look with very few products, all the way to like a full glam, full coverage look. So what I'm going to do today, like I said, I'm going to take my main color and I'm just going to put it mostly all over first. I'm going to leave out this area and down here and under my eyes, okay? So this is Sandy. So as I apply this, you'll see that it evens out the skin tone. Kind of fill in some pores and just looks really natural. This cream foundation looks and feels like skin, and that's the whole purpose of it. It works really, really well on mature skin. So we'll go right here a little bit. Now, if you're doing a heavier application, you want to do more tapping and stippling, you can still do it some, but with this brush, you're mainly swirling. See how that's just giving me a little bit of coverage. Just really light coverage, and that's what we're going for today. So you can do your full face of makeup in 5 to 7 minutes with this, everything being in one palette. Less if you're just, doing a more natural or less makeup look. My brightener on. We put it here, like a triangle here. Just brightens you up down the center, brings the focus to the center of the face, and just really helps it to pop, but subtly. Placing it here. I'm actually going to put it on my eyelid too. It looks really pretty when you use this as an eyeshadow. And we're going to put some here and kind of tap it in and leave it. I'll blend it more later. And this, you want it to go down like this, okay? The focus of this needs to be here and here, because this gives you a lift. And then very, very little product in the center of there, unless you have some discoloration. And then you're still going to use a small amount of product. I'll show you, because sometimes I get more darkness here, and I use a color called Mango, and we can definitely help you with what color would work best for your skin tone. And I just tap it there with my finger, and it'll just really neutralize that discoloration there. And then when I blend it, let's get this eye before I forget. Okay, and then when I blend it down like this and up here like this, Just very lightly tap it across, very, very lightly. And the key is to use like a setting spray there or a setting powder, so that, now this makeup does not settle like most, but throughout the day as you laugh and smile, it can start to a little bit, so you can just tap it, warm it up with your fingertips. Or if you do these steps that I'll show you a little bit later, you're good to go for the whole day. Now we're going to go in with some lip and cheek. I'm going to use this really pretty color called Baby Watermelon. So pretty. It's just like a really nice pink, not too light, not too dark. And sometimes I go back in and add another color to that, but for now we're going to just let it sit and then just blend that upward like this, so you can kind of give you a lifted look. You could just stop right there, or you could add a little contour. I'll show you how that looks. You're just going to want to draw like a half moon. I have a rather narrow forehead, so I don't use much. You can bring this as far down as you want. Very optional. Just got to get it into that hairline. And just a small amount. It's just going to give you a little bit of shadow to just bring more focus right to the center of your face. It's so easy. Just tap it. It's buildable, so if you want to add more, you can add more. Then just go right here and just hug your cheekbone like this. And then just kind of tap it in an upward motion. See how it just can give you just a more of a sculpted face? Because basically, when you're putting on a main foundation, you're taking out your natural shadows, and this just puts them back in. And it's so simple and easy. If you want to contour your jawline, it just kind of creates a shadow right there to lessen the look of your little jowl, you know, that we get, especially right here. Just give that a little extra love. And this is just like the light application, very little. It just does not take long at all. And just blend it down a little bit like this. Kind of marry those two together. See how easy that is? And then if you want a little bit on your nose, you could do that. I like to use my fingers. It just works out best for me that way. I always get some on and just rub it together, because you need the tiniest bit, like very lightly. And you can put it however you want it. Blend it out a little. Very gently blending that. Okay, see? How you can just, there's so many different ways you can do this. Now, if you want a little bronzer, bronzer is amazing because you can use just bronzer and you'll be good. But you want bronzer like here, 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 and here. And you can do it before or after your cheek color, or you can always go add more cheek color if you feel like you covered it up with your bronzer. You can go like across your nose a little bit right there, just like a sun kiss. It just warms you up, optional. There are days when I just do bronzer and maybe a lip and cheek. And of course I always do here and out the door, and it just makes you feel a little better about yourself. It's just amazing how these things like this can change our energy. I know that once I discovered this makeup, I loved it. It blew me away. I knew I had to share it. It changed so many things, and it just amazes me still how just going and doing something that might make yourself feel a little better, like when you get your hair done, when you get your nails done, just put on some makeup and your whole energy changes. It's a wonderful thing. Now I'm going to put on a little bit of illuminator. This is Pearl. It's just going to catch the light just even a little bit more, a tiny bit. This is cream also. We have several really pretty cream illuminators. You can put some wherever you want. Sometimes I like to put it on my lips. Or you can mix colors. That's so pretty to do. This is Plum. Just, yeah, so versatile. It's crazy. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how you can just add a little bit of this makeup for your eyeshadow. You can do contour or bronzer. I'm going to do bronzer today, and I just basically just use one of your smaller brushes or your finger even. I'm going to put some right here in this crease and go outside of it, of course, because I have a hooded eye so we can see it a little better. I'm basically putting it here and on about half of my lid. And if you make a little bit of mess, you can always go back and clean it in with your brightener color. But see how that just looks nice? It's just a subtle, creamy. It even, like when you're outside, it looks pretty. Okay, and I'm going to take a little bit of the baby watermelon and put it just right in the center, just a small amount. We already have the sunlit as our base all over, so you could add more or leave it like that. You can put a little illuminator there. In fact, I'm going to put a little bit of illuminator right there. Or just the balm is so pretty. Because the balm is just, it's sheer. It doesn't have any glitter or shimmer in it. So what are you thinking of this look? It's really nice, and it's a very small amount of makeup. So next I'm gonna do this spray. This is by OG. It's the Luminous Botanical Face Mist. Just spray that over, give it a moment to dry. And in the meantime, I'm going to do my mascara. You can take your beauty blender. Tap that setting spray in a little more, blend it with the makeup. Just make sure you're tapping in here really well. If you want to add a little extra setting spray there, just a tiny bit, that's fine. And then to really set it, if you're going to be wearing your makeup all day, you can take your setting powder. This is a loose translucent powder. You just tap it back and forth. Look up so you get it all the way up. And we are good to go. So if you're interested in trying this makeup, you can send me a message, or there's a color match link. You can send me a message and I'll send you the link, or you can click on it. I'll put it down in the comments. I'll put it on the caption so that you can type it in or click on it yourself, and we'll get you color matched. You will love this makeup. Like I said, it's just so versatile. And look how pretty and natural it looks. I would love to help you get started.